My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 30 years old, and that New Year's Eve party changed everything. I was standing in my sister's fancy apartment, holding a cup of punch that tasted like regret and bad decisions. The room sparkled with gold decorations. Balloons covered the ceiling. My sister Jessica loves showing off. She wants everyone to think her life is perfect. But I learned something important that night. Perfect on the outside can be rotten on the inside. My niece Madison ripped open my present like a tornado. Paper flew everywhere. She didn't even look at my face. Just stared at the box for maybe 2 seconds. Then she did something I'll never forget. She laughed. Not a happy laugh. A mean laugh. The kind that makes your stomach hurt. An iPad mini. Madison said super loud so everyone could hear. That's IT. Then she threw the box right at my chest. It bounced off me and hit the floor. The room went totally quiet for 1 second. Then people started laughing. Not because something was funny. Because they felt uncomfortable and didn't know what else to do. My sister Jessica smiled like her daughter just won a prize. My brother-in-law Mark nodded like Madison said something smart. My dad sat on the couch eating cheese and crackers. He shrugged his shoulders and said, "Kids tell the truth. Deal with it." That's when I felt my face get hot. But I wasn't going to cry. Not this time. My daughter Lily was sitting on the floor near the snack table. She's 7 years old. She's quiet and shy and always says please and thank you even when nobody else does. I watched her face when Madison threw that box at me. Lily looked like someone just slapped her instead of me. Her eyes got watery. Her hand squeezed the little gift bag she brought for Grandma. Inside was a bracelet Lily made with colorful beads. She spent 3 whole days making it perfect. Lily didn't cry out loud. She just looked down at her shoes like she wanted to disappear. My heart broke into a million pieces right there. I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I just stood up nice and calm. Then I walked over to the pile of presents I brought. 16 boxes. All wrapped in shiny paper with perfect bows. I wrote everyone's name on tags with my best handwriting. I stayed up late the night before making everything look special. Picked up the first box. Then another one. Then another. Jessica's eyes got big. "Sarah, what are you doing?" she asked. I didn't answer. I just kept picking up boxes. The presents were for everyone at the party. Mom, Dad, Jessica and Mark, Madison and her little brother Tyler, my 2 cousins who always came to family parties, and even Jessica's best friend who showed up every year to eat our food. Because that's what I always did. I bought presents for everyone. I made sure everyone was happy. I tried so hard to be the good daughter, the good sister, the good aunt. I stacked all those boxes in my arms until I could barely see where I was walking. Then I carried them to my car. Took 2 trips. Nobody helped me. Behind me, my dad finally yelled, "Don't be dramatic, Sarah." He said it like I just did something crazy. Like I was the bad guy. I turned around at the door with my car keys in my hand. My voice came out calm and steady. "I'm not being dramatic," I said. Then I said something that made everyone freeze. "But tomorrow morning, I'm canceling the car payment I've been making for you." Complete silence. Nobody laughed. Nobody smiled. Just the sound of the TV playing in the background. Lily stood up slowly and walked over to me. She grabbed my hand tight like she knew we were leaving for good. As we walked out the door, I heard Jessica say under her breath, "You're going to ruin New Year's over a stupid joke?" I didn't turn around. I didn't explain myself. Because it wasn't just about one present. It was about years of being used like a wallet with legs. I live in a small town in Texas. I work as a manager at a dental office. I wake up early. I work hard. Come home tired. I'm also a single mom. Lily's dad left when she was just a baby. He said being a father was too much pressure. So it's been just me and Lily ever since. Homework at the kitchen table. Movie nights with popcorn. School plays where I clap the loudest because nobody else is there for her. My family sees me as the responsible one. The one with money. The one who fixes problems. But really, they just see me as a piggy bank they can break whenever they want. Started small. Dad needed help after he quit his job. He said his boss was disrespectful. Really, his boss just told him he couldn't leave work early every day. Dad called me and said he needed money to pay his car payment, just until he found something new. That was 4 years ago. I set up automatic payments from my bank account because Dad said he didn't trust computers. Every single month, money left my account and went to his. First, Mom said thank you. Then they just expected it. If the payment was ever late, Dad would text me. Car payment didn't go through. Fix it now. Not please. Not are you okay? Just demands. And it wasn't just Dad's car. It was Mom's credit cards. Jessica's rent when Mark got fired again. Madison's expensive dance classes. Tyler's birthday parties that cost more than my rent. Emergency groceries. Emergency bills. Emergency everything. I helped because I told myself that's what family does. I told myself it was temporary. But temporary turned into forever. Lily noticed everything way before I wanted to admit it. She noticed Grandma always had Madison's favorite cookies but never hers. She noticed Tyler got new toys every visit but Lily got nothing. She noticed family photos where Madison and Tyler stood in the front, smiling big, while Lily got pushed to the side like furniture. She never complained out loud. She just got quieter and quieter. That New Year's party wasn't the first time I saw the truth. It was just the time I couldn't ignore it anymore. And when we drove away from Jessica's apartment building, Lily still holding my hand, I knew something inside me had changed. Not anger exactly. Not even sadness. Just clarity. Once you see the truth clearly, you can't unsee it. That night after Lily fell asleep, the house felt too quiet. Not peaceful quiet. Empty quiet. The kind where every little sound feels loud. I stood outside Lily's bedroom door longer than usual, watching her breathe. She fell asleep holding the gift bag with Grandma's bracelet still inside. The beads sparkled under her night light. She never gave it to Grandma. Nobody even asked if she brought anything. I picked up the bag carefully and put it on her dresser. That bracelet took her 3 whole days to make. She messed up twice and started over both times because she wanted it to be perfect. Grandma likes pretty things, Lily told me. So it has to be really pretty. Those words made my chest feel tight. I went to the kitchen and poured water in a glass I didn't drink. I leaned against the counter and finally let myself think the thought I'd been avoiding for years. I wasn't helping my family. I was paying them to tolerate me. And the worst part, they didn't even see it as help anymore. They saw it as what I owed them. The car payment started when Dad called me one afternoon sounding upset. He said the bank was being unfair. He didn't ask if I could help. He told me he needed it. So I set up automatic payments because it seemed easier than arguing every month. Every month after that, money disappeared from my account. No thank you. No, we appreciate you. Just gone. Then came the extras. Mom's credit cards when she bought too much stuff. Jessica's rent when Mark's business idea failed. Madison's dance competitions in different states. Birthday parties that looked like weddings. I paid for everything because saying no felt dangerous. Because whenever I hesitated, things got cold. Comments slipped out. Some people forget where they came from. Or worse, they just ignored me. Gave me the silent treatment. Made me feel like Lily and I were only welcome if I brought my checkbook. Lily saw everything. She saw Grandma never asked about her drawings but knew every detail about Madison's dance routines. She saw how Madison and Tyler's names were painted on fancy wooden signs in Grandma's house, but Lily's name was nowhere. She saw Thanksgiving dinner when she was 5. Mom served pie. Tyler got a huge slice with ice cream. Madison got whipped cream in a fancy swirl. Lily got a tiny piece with the crust missing like somebody's leftovers. She didn't complain. She whispered to me, "It's okay, Mommy. I'm not that hungry anyway." That sentence hurt worse than anything my parents ever said to me. No kid should learn to make herself smaller just so adults feel comfortable. But I stayed. Kept paying. Kept showing up. kept buying expensive presents for people who barely acted like they cared about us. I told myself if I stayed generous, they would be kind. If I stayed useful, they would love us. But the truth was simple. They didn't love us. They loved what I gave them. That New Year's party proved it. I bought Madison that iPad mini because she begged for it all year. I didn't want to spend that much money. Not after the way she talked to Lily at Thanksgiving. But Jessica kept texting me. She's working so hard in school. She deserves something special. Jessica never said please or if you can. She typed like I was Amazon with free shipping. So I bought it. I also bought Tyler a robot toy he saw on TV. I bought Mom a fancy purse she pointed at in a store. I bought Dad a fishing rod even though he never goes fishing. I bought gift cards and clothes and games. 16 presents total. All wrapped perfectly. All labeled with care. And the second Madison wasn't impressed enough. She threw it at me like I was garbage. But the worst part wasn't the iPad. It was Lily's face. Not shocked. Not confused. Just embarrassed. Like she wanted to melt into the floor and disappear. That was my breaking point. I could handle disrespect aimed at me. I'd swallowed it for years. But I would not teach my daughter that love means letting people treat you like trash. That night I didn't pretend everything was fine. I didn't put on a happy face. I made Lily mac and cheese with cut-up hot dogs, her favorite. She sat at our small kitchen table still wearing her New Year's dress, holding that gift bag with the bracelet inside. "Did I do something bad?" she asked quietly. Something cracked inside my chest. "No, baby," I said, putting down my fork. "You didn't do anything bad." She nodded, but I could tell she didn't believe me. She reached into her backpack and pulled out her art folder. She showed me the drawing she made for Grandma and Grandpa. It showed their house with a big tree and stick figures holding hands. "Happy New Year, Grandma and Grandpa," written in careful letters with hearts around it. "It's okay," Lily said fast. "We can just stay home next time." I stared at that drawing. My jaw got tight. We weren't just staying home next time. We were done paying for people who made my daughter feel unwanted. After Lily went to bed, I opened my laptop at the kitchen table. The house was totally silent. I logged into my bank account. There it was. Automatic car payment for Dad. Scheduled like clockwork. My mouse sat over the cancel button. My hands weren't shaking. This wasn't revenge. This was protection. I clicked cancel payment. A message popped up. "Canceling may cause missed payments." I read it twice. Felt completely calm. Clicked yes, cancel. "Your payment has been cancelled." Just like that. I took a picture of the screen. Then I logged into the other account where I put emergency money that somehow became everyone else's spending money. I moved every dollar back into my main account. Then I closed the account completely. The bank asked why. I typed, "Not needed anymore." I set my alarm for 8:45 in the morning. I knew Dad would check his account and panic. I wanted to be awake, clear, ready. I slept better than I had in months. My phone rang at 8:56 a.m. Dad. I waited 2 rings before answering. "Good morning," I said calmly. "What did you do?" His voice was sharp and angry. "I cancelled the car payment." Silence. Then louder. "You can't do that." I almost laughed. Not because it was funny. Because he said it like the car belonged to me. "It's your car," I said evenly. "You can pay for it." I heard Mom in the background sounding panicked. What is she saying? Make her stop. Dad's voice got quieter like he was trying to negotiate. "Sarah, you're upset. Fine. But don't punish us because of a kid's comment." There it was. A kid's comment. Like throwing a $500 gift was normal. Like everyone laughing while Lily wanted to disappear was no big deal. "It wasn't one comment," I said. "It's been years." He tried interrupting. Kept talking. "You don't get to treat my daughter like she doesn't matter and still expect me to pay your bills." He breathed out hard. "You're being dramatic." Same word. Same script. I leaned back in my chair and looked at our tiny Christmas tree still up in the corner. Lily's paper ornaments hung crooked, glitter catching the morning light. "I'm not dramatic," I said. "I'm just done." His voice changed. Not softer. Just desperate. "We counted on you." "You shouldn't have," I replied. "So what?" he snapped. "You're cutting us off because Jessica's kid was rude." "I'm not your ATM machine," I said. "And Lily won't spend holidays being laughed at anymore." He went quiet. Mom grabbed the phone, her voice shaky. "She's just a teenager. We didn't mean anything." "I know my daughter," I said calmly. "She's kind. And you make her feel small. What are we supposed to do?" Mom whispered. "You figure it out," I said. "The money train has left the station." "This will destroy the family," she said, her voice breaking. "You already destroyed it," I replied. "I'm just not funding it anymore." Then I hung up. The backlash came fast like a storm. Text, else. Guilt wrapped up like concern. They might lose the car. How can you sleep at night? Family helps family. I looked at Lily building a tower with blocks on the floor, humming a song from school. If they lost the car, it wouldn't be because I stopped paying. It would be because they built their whole life expecting me to always rescue them. 3 days later, Jessica showed up at my work without warning. "You're really doing this?" she demanded in the parking lot. "Yes. You're punishing Mom and Dad because my daughter didn't like a present." "That's not what happened," I said calmly. "And you know it." "She'll forget about it," Jessica snapped. "Kids remember how they're treated," I said. "And who protects them?" She stared at me, furious. What am I supposed to do when I need help? There it was. The real question. "You get a job," I said. "You make a budget. You figure it out like everyone else." She stormed off without another word. I didn't chase her. I didn't explain myself to anyone else. Boundaries aren't up for debate. The only person I explained anything to was Lily. One evening while we brushed our teeth, she asked, "Are we going to Grandma's house again?" "Not for a while," I said. "Do they not want us there?" My throat got tight. "Sometimes people don't know how to be kind," I said. "And I won't take you places that make you feel bad about yourself." She nodded slowly. "Can we do New Year's at home next year?" she asked. "With pizza." Smiled. "With all the pizza you want." January hit my parents like a snowstorm they refused to prepare for. The first car payment got missed. Dad thought I'd panic and fix it. I didn't. A warning letter came. Then another angry call. "You're really going to let this happen?" Dad demanded. "It's your car," I said. "Not mine." That answer made him more angry than yelling would have. He wanted emotion, guilt, fear. When he didn't get it, he called other people. My aunt called next. Soft voice. Fake concern. She talked about stress and health and how hard this was on my parents. I interrupted gently but firmly. "I'm not using guilt as a weapon," I said. "Love doesn't humiliate my kid and then send me the bill." She sighed. "They love you, Sarah." "Love doesn't come with invoices," I replied. By February, everyone was calling. Texts from cousins I barely talked to. Messages saying, "I don't want to get involved, but..." Phone calls painting me as cold and selfish. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. Silence was my boundary. Jessica tried again, crying this time. She came to my house with mascara running down her face. "You're tearing the family apart," she sobbed. "They're terrified. Mom can't sleep." "I sleep fine," I said quietly. She looked at me like I just said something horrible. "How can you be so calm?" "Because calm is what it takes to protect your child." By March, reality caught up with them. My parents sold Dad's car and bought a cheaper one. They asked other family members for help. They figured it out. Somehow, miraculously, they survived without my money. Funny how that works. The apology came in April. Mom showed up with store-bought cookies like that would fix everything. "I'm sorry about New Year's," she said. "Madison was rude. We should have said something." Waited. She shifted uncomfortably. "Things have been really hard." There it was. I'm not doing this to punish you, I said. This is a boundary. I won't pay for a family that treats my daughter like she's invisible. She asked to see Lily. Not today, I said. She left the cookies on my porch. I gave them to our neighbor's dog. Not out of anger. Out of clarity. Because apologies that only come after consequences aren't always real. Sometimes they're just about getting comfortable again. And I wasn't buying comfort anymore. The next New Year's was different. Smaller. No crowded apartment. No forced smiles. No walking on eggshells. Just me and Lily. We stayed home. We made pizza from scratch, flour everywhere, cheese falling on the floor. Our decorations were simple. Homemade paper chains. Drawings taped to the walls. A countdown we watched on TV while eating ice cream straight from the container. Lily made a card that said, "Best mom ever," with a drawing of us holding hands under stars. No one threw anything. No one laughed at the wrong time. No one made her feel small. Later that evening, my cousin Emma stopped by. She gave Lily a big set of markers and a sketchbook. Lily's face lit up like fireworks. "You did the right thing," Emma whispered as Lily ran to her room to draw. That night, the house was quiet, but it didn't feel empty anymore. No guilt. No pressure. No pretending. I stood in Lily's doorway watching her sleep. New sketchbook on her pillow, marker cap still in her hand. I pulled her blanket up and kissed her forehead. For years I thought keeping peace meant paying for it. I was wrong. I was buying toleration, not love. And when I stopped paying, peace didn't disappear. Finally became real. I whispered the promise I wished someone had made to me years ago. You never have to earn your place with me. And for the first time in forever I believed it. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even. It's getting free.